How your marvelous mind works, start to finish. So in 1934, Dr. Truman Fleet came up with this idea of an image of your mind. Now, we think in pictures. That's how we see things. If I ask you to tell me what your car looks like, a picture flashes on the screen in your mind. If I ask you what your house looks like, you can tell me because you visualize it inside of your mind. So if I ask you to think of your mind, you're probably inclined to tell me the brain, but that's no more a part of your mind than your hand is or any other part of your body. The mind is an activity. So we needed a picture to understand how our mind actually works. So this stick figure here is what Dr. Truman Fleet came up with in 1934. So this circle at the top represents our mind. Down here, this represents our body. Now, mind is in all parts of the body, but just for the image, this makes the most sense. These are our sensory factors up at the top as well. And they are how we take in what's going on around our environment and bring it into us. So this is our conscious mind, this is our subconscious mind, and this is the body down here. We have the ability to originate thoughts. We have a subconscious mind that only accepts what it's given. And we have a body that puts us in a state of vibration that we then put out into the universe and into the world. So with our mind as a baby, we didn't have this part up here. We only had our subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind was wide open to everything that was going on around us. We were conditioned genetically and environmentally. Genetically, we were conditioned by how we look like our family, maybe some of our personality traits, and you could tell that you're related to others because of those genetic conditions. However, our environmental conditions were our thoughts around money, our thoughts around our self-image, our thoughts around our abilities, and all of that, our relations to other people. And so all of that was stuck in our subconscious mind. Remember, we didn't have a conscious mind. So then as we got older, our conscious mind formed. Now with that formation, we are being run by our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is putting our body into a state of vibration. That state of vibration is then being put out into the universe, and what you put out must come back because that's the law of cause and effect. The energy that goes out moves back towards you. As some people look at it as being karma or things along those lines. So your subconscious conditioning here is actually running the show. And so as you started to grow as a child, the conscious mind was there, but the subconscious was giving you your thoughts. And so it was telling you, I'm too afraid of doing this, or I can't try that because of this, or, I'm not in alignment with money because money's always a problem for my family and myself. And so you're away from it and have problems with it. But you see, that ends up bringing all the conditions and circumstances into your life where you have no money, or you have no friends, or you don't actually accomplish the things you want to accomplish. And then you look at other people and they're just soaring through life. And you're like, how are they doing that? And you put your best foot forward and you try over and over again, and you still end up with the same result. And that happens because of that subconscious conditioning that is running your show. Now, how do we change this? That's the big question. You change this by creating new thoughts in your conscious mind. You see, your conscious mind, as I said, your intellectual mind has the ability to think and originate new ideas and concepts. Now, how are you going to alter something that's in your subconscious mind? You're going to create a massive new goal for yourself. Those things that you've tried to do before that you just couldn't manage to make work. The things that you got frustrated over and maybe have given up on. But now that you have the conscious awareness of the fact that your subconscious conditioning is running your life, you have the ability to change it. So you're going to set that big, huge goal, something that's going to make you stretch that you haven't done before. And you're going to keep it on the screen of your mind. You're going to picture it. You're going to keep a goal card in your pocket. It's going to be that carrot on a stick, and you're going to start getting emotionally involved in it. And your subconscious mind is going to say, absolutely not. And you're going to say, actually, I have a new understanding that my subconscious conditioning is not going to run my life anymore, and it's not serving me. And when that fear comes up, you're going to attack it and say, why are you doing this? You are not serving me, and I'm going to replace you with the idea that, yes, I can do this. And yes, I am able to do this. And you're going to squash that old subconscious conditioning, and it's going to try to come up and hijack you over and over again. But through the repetition of the conscious new idea, you're going to squish that subconscious conditioning and you're going to change it into a new habit. And as you start to do that, it's going to start to change the vibration your body's in. And this is where we get into the law of vibration and the law of attraction that everybody talks about and the Secret movie was about. But you can't be in a better vibration until you're subconsciously in a good alignment with what it is that you want and vibing on a good frequency. You can say, I want to have all the money, but you're not going to attract it if you have a bad money paradigm. You need to override it. You need to say, I'm abundant, and look at ways that you can be abundant and how you can actually do it with that conscious mind. But your subconscious mind would never let you do that before. It wouldn't even let you entertain the idea. You just say things, but there's no feeling involved in it. As soon as you get the feeling, that's where the vibration comes from. And I've used this example before, but say you are not an adrenaline junkie and somebody comes up and says to you, we're going to jump out of an airplane tomorrow. You're consciously like, all right, whatever. And they're like, no, I actually booked it. We're going. All of a sudden, that conscious thought is subconscious. That subconscious conditioning is just blaring. It's like, I am afraid. This is not happening. I am not jumping out of an airplane tomorrow. And your body is all of a sudden in a state of anxiety. It's vibing on a bad vibration. And all you can think is, how do I get out of it? How do I get out of it? It's the same thing with how you think about money. It's the same thing about some of those goals that you have, maybe how you see yourself. A lot of people do that with yo-yo dieting. They have an image in their subconscious mind that their body type is a certain way, even though they desire it to be different. But they don't understand that that subconscious conditioning is keeping them where they are. All their efforts and their thoughts about it on a conscious level are not helping because they're not getting emotionally involved in those conscious thoughts and putting them into their subconscious to then alter those old subconscious thoughts. You have to become emotionally involved in those new thoughts. And that's what's going to override the old subconscious thoughts and put you in a better state of vibration. So, just as a crash course for understanding how your mind works, because you should know how it works. You're a human. Why would you not want to know how you work? You are destined for way more than a 9 to 5 job and the stability that your subconscious mind is telling you you need. I work a 9 to 5 job. I know I'm getting that $50,000 a year and I get 2 weeks holidays. Woohoo, go me. That's your subconscious mind talking. I'm sure if you actually sat down and had no limitations on yourself, those lack and limitations that sit in your subconscious mind, if you didn't have those and the world was your oyster, which it is, you would do and aspire for way more than you actually have right now. So that is how your mind works. Your sensory factors are what takes in the information from outside of you. And you see, that's the other part as well. You are taking in what's going on in front of you, which is a manifestation of the previous vibration you've been in because of the subconscious thoughts. And that just evolves into a self-fulfilled doom cycle where you are run by your subconscious mind. It puts you in a state of vibration. You get results you don't want. You see it in front of your face and you don't even think. You just say, well, that's my lot in life. But it's not your lot in life. You can be, do, and have anything, but you have to change the subconscious conditioning. So think about it and let this sit for a little while. And then when you're ready, send me a message and I would love to go into more depth about how I can help you attain your goals and change your subconscious conditioning so that you can change your life.